been working on the bars for the past 18 months, and I got 90 seconds of solid bars, dude. And then the rest of the album is actually just one song, and it's all noise music. It's just 45 minutes. I found out that Providence, Rhode Island is the capital of noise music on the East Coast, according to someone I know. So what I'm saying is
depressing.
Dude, we should head down.
No.
Dude, come on. Taking a ton of drugs.
And doing, yeah, I could sign up for torture anytime I want. I'm not trying to, like, that wouldn't be like not fun. Like, tripping and listening to noise music would be probably the most scary thing I've ever done in my life.
In like a basement, and then you come up and you're in Providence.
Yeah.
It just gets worse and worse.
Everything about that sounds absolutely horrifying.
Dude, you gotta get with the vibe. Ugh, man. All right. Well, I think I was thinking about this. I think we got to commit to going to real clubs. I don't know if I can do this shit anymore. That's like that. First of all, so our Friday night out, that ratio was fucked. It started okay, and then it just got worse and worse. And then
fucked.
It was pretty bad, dude. So I think Seaport is unironically the vibe. We have to go back to the Grand.
To the Grand, too?
Yeah. Do you have a better idea?
It's probably, how much do you think it costs us to get in?
I don't know. I spent so much on drinks that at this point I'd be willing to pay for a better vibe. That's really what it is. Because I blew through $60 on drinks. And
60.
Yeah.
What did you get? I feel like I bought you one. You probably bought me multiple, but
yeah, I don't know. I lost track. That's the thing about doing it in cash. You lose track, but
yeah, I guess that's fair enough. Well, technically, I think I paid for both Ubers, so I'm not a total dick. Or did you? Pretty sure
No, you definitely paid for the one on the ride back, and I think you paid for the one on the ride there. So yeah, we'll call it even. Honestly, it's probably nets out that I owe you some, but you can Venmo request me, or we'll get it on the next round, or we'll figure something out.
Unless like a night is like egregiously in one direction, it's like
you just gotta call it. You just gotta call it and move on.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, whack vibes. I was down in the fields Friday night. I was taking big L's. Not sure exactly why, but just was not nearly on my bullshit enough. But
yeah.
I gotta bounce. So the Penguins got. I think here's what it is. Next Friday, the Penguins got to win. Because they got their shit rocked.
Is that where you're at?
They got their shit rocked on Friday night. And it was like the biggest game of the year. It's like this team that we've been tied with in the standings in our division. Had only played them once up to that point. So I have 3 games left in the final 17. Just huge fucking game. Down 3-0 less than 4 minutes into the game. Vibes ruined. My emotional well-being just disastrous. If we went out tonight, however, when the Penguins just won 11-2, I would kill it. I would kill the game. I would have all the confidence in the world.
I gotta say, when you told me that you had to turn off the game because they were down 3 in what did you say, the first 5 minutes or some shit? Yeah. That should have set off more alarm bells in my head about honestly, we probably should have pulled the ripcord on that night as soon as you said that.
Because the problem with me is when I hype up a day that includes a game from a little bit less so the Yankees because they play every night during the season. But when the Penguins play, it's like twice a week. And I plan my whole day around it. And it's like it's like the biggest event of my day. Mm-hmm. And I never account for the fact that if they lose, then my whole day was for nothing and my life is a mess and total disaster. And life is just meaningless. And I plan my day around a fucking sporting event. And then they lose, and what am I doing? What am I doing here? So for a couple of days leading into that night, I was like, okay, biggest Penguins game of the season so far, new MGK album, Friday night. It's going to be like, I'm going to be fucking like coked up, but not on coke. Like I'm going to be ready to fucking roll.
Yeah.
And I was in the vibe. And then, not that it's your fault that some motherfucker doesn't know how to drive, but you got delayed. And then the Penguins were down 3-0 within the first 4 minutes. And my mood went, it wasn't even like my mood went like that. It was just like my hype meter. It like, I don't know. I got to full hype. I was blaring Jack Harlow when I went over to pick you up the first time. And then
and then I got delayed by a full hour.
Yeah. And then you got delayed by a full hour.
Man.
And I'm just like, I was like ready to go. And then I had to come back here and be like, all right, wait, what do I do for an hour? So I started playing video games because I was too sad about the Penguins. My vibe was ruined, but I'm trying to move on.
Dude, we gotta pull it back together. I've also been in my feels, but for completely different reasons. I just feel like I've been getting so in my head about how much time I spend like alone or just in my house, just like working and shit. And I feel like I go out in public and I just have no idea how to like interface with the world anymore. And I know it's all in my head, but like, I don't know, man.
It's hard to be isolated a lot of the time and then still have. Yeah, no, I mean, it's a tough scene, and it's a scene that's dominated by people who are naturally very social. But there's not a lot of other opportunities to go out and I mean, I guess there are other opportunities, but I mean, that's the downside of working from home is that you've got like, that you're either living with a bunch of buddies or you're in a relationship you're really happy with. And maybe you have kids who are like, for some people, I think it works, but it's tough for people our age. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Like the work week flexibility is great, but yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just, it's weird. It's a weird vibe. And honestly, I feel like if I just need to like get on my bullshit and get out of my head and push myself harder to like talk to people and shit. Cause like, I know I have it in me, but it's just,
well, we all have it in us.
I don't know about all of us. I don't think some people do, I
mean, we as in intellectuals.
The intellectual dark web.
Yeah, the intellectual community.
The intellectual dark nights. We have it in us.
We do have it in us. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's also fucking well, you can come up with an endless number of excuses, but I'm down to just keep shitting on how shitty this city is just for all eternity. Even though it's like the best city in the world. It's also like it really is.
It's also not. It's also not
kind of terrible. It's kind of just it's kind of fucking awful.
But like, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Yeah. That's the thing about Boston, dude.
I guess, man. I don't know. There's some sad fucking people who work here.
I mean, there's sad people who work in every city, though.
No,
I mean, right. So unless you're trying to like move to New York, or I bet even if you move to New York, it'll still be bad. Maybe.
Yeah, no, I mean, it really has nothing to do with it. Well, New York's just filthy in a way that like,
dude,
not like routinely seeing people shitting in the subway in Boston. Like that's pretty routine in New York. So, it's like
New York has this awesome double whammy of they decriminalized like peeing in the street and decriminalized weed. Actually, I don't know if weed is legal or decriminalized, but it just smells like weed and piss everywhere. Yeah. And it's a whole vibe, dude. Every time I show up, I'm like, wow, this place smells way worse than I remember. And it happens every single time.
Yeah. And then you kind of get used to it.
It's goated, dude. New York.
New Yorker.
Best city in the world, no question.
I'm going to have to, how easy is it to get there? Is there a train that's super easy?
Yeah. There's a train that's right out of South Station. It's awesome, dude.
So I gotta start going to a bunch of Yankee games because I can't fucking deal with Boston fans, man. Not when it's like, it's not that I can't deal with the trash talk when I go to like a Red Sox Yankees game and I'm wearing my Yankees jersey. It's just that, and again, this isn't like, I don't expect every fan out there to like be a fan with the same intensity as me, but like, I don't really give a shit for some like casual fan to be trash talking me and trying to get me engaged. Because like they just don't follow baseball on the same level. Like
they're just not on your level, dude.
Yeah, well, Yeah, I mean, it makes it sound all obnoxious and shit, but I don't fucking know. If some kid who, like, got obsessive about, mixed martial arts like 2 weeks ago and fucking wouldn't stop talking to you about it and talking shit to you about your fucking MMA, you'd be like, dude, like, come on, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty out of the MMA, but I get what
know,
you're.
but I'm trying to.
No, I'm.
You don't do sports, so I'm trying to make an analogy, trying to make it relatable. It's just like I don't. It's,
No, dude, I know where you're coming from. I
I
just think you have to commit to being pretentious. You just have to be like, you know what? You are not as good as I am. And I understand this better than you ever will. And you don't really give a shit. And you're a filthy casual and get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah. I mean, it's tempting, right? Because you can always go there. And all it takes, though, is one motherfucking Matt Damon motherfucker who's up there with you, but then calls you out for it. Then that person always wins.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I mean, that's true. But you got to be willing to play those odds.
I know. But also, like, if they were up there, they wouldn't be pulling the same, like,
they wouldn't be saying the dumb shit.
They wouldn't be saying the dumb fucking, get Aroid's dick out of your mouth, bro. Like, dude, man, dude retired like more than 5 years ago, bro. Talk about a modern Yankee, please, dear God. Whatever. Yeah. It's going to be the same shit. I'm going to a Bruins game and I'm going to be wearing all my Penguins swag in 2 weeks.
Do you think you're going to get beat up?
Depends on the game. Well, no, it's an after. I strategically chose because inside of the Garden, I hate it. I don't hate it. I mean, it's the best, but it's like the fucking worst. But I'm going at a 12:30 game, so hopefully there'll be a lot more families there, and not just a bunch of drunks.
Hey, we'll see. Or drunk families, Yeah. If you mom and dad and kids, that'd be tough.
No, dude. No harder place in the world to buy beer than like a Bruins game.
Why? Because the lines are so long?
Well, the lines are so long, but man, they don't fuck around with fake IDs. Not one bit. That my mom's partner, who had just about turned 60 and had a temporary ID because he had to get it renewed, they wouldn't serve him beer.
Jesus Christ.
Had a temporary valid New Hampshire's driver's license, but they wouldn't serve him beer. So,
wow.
Yeah. And this dude, not a shot at him, he enjoys his fucking beer. It was a disaster. He lost it. He lost his mind. And I mean, on one hand, I kind of get it. And not that there's anyone the person behind the counter can do in that moment. If it's the fucking rule they have to follow or else they'll get fired, then whatever, like dumbass rule. But
it is what it is, as they say. It's just a bad situation.
What it do be. It be what it did. Done did what it be.
Done did what it be.
Yeah.
Dude, the worst part about going out Friday was I saw 2 people I went to high school with.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That was brutal. I can't,
that sounds horrible. My night would have been absolutely ruined. Even if I saw someone who I went to high school with, the high school I liked, I think it would have been shattered.
Like I like this guy well enough, but it was like I can't. Because
then you feel obligated to kind of have a conversation.
Well, right, exactly. And it's the whole thing of like, I'm going out and it's this feeling of like, no one except for you knows who I am. Mm-hmm. And, you don't give a shit if I make a complete fool of myself. So now it's like my anonymity's gone. Like one other person knows who I am. My ego is fucked. Yeah. So it's just, it's a bad scene. It's uncomfortable.
Why you got to commit to the fat suit?
Or I got to commit to the fat suit, or I just got to start going in disguise.
Yeah. I think disguise always works.
Honestly, dude, if I had a fat suit and just like, if I wore a fat suit and like a sports jersey to like most bars around here, like unironically,
you need to wear like a gross looking, just like, it just doesn't work with any outfit, like I don't know, fucking Boston Bruins baseball cap or some shit to really pull off the look.
I gotta do something with the hair. It's not. It's like it doesn't.
You got to sound a little more. You don't sound like hot.
I don't sound hot. Kid, what are you fucking talking about, dude?
Like if you could just do it, but without having to think about it and just do that all night.
I can do it, kid. Come on.
Come on. Yeah, you just gotta
You come in here and you fucking talk shit all night. That's what you do.
watch Bill Burr bits over and over again in his Boston.
Just ingrain it into my soul.
Did you know that Bill Burr is a sober motherfucker? Like doesn't even use caffeine.
That's crazy. Having done the no caffeine thing, that's psycho mentality. I don't understand it.
Yeah. He is a psycho.
Good for him. Honestly, good for him. I'm jealous. I won't even try and dress it up.
He's like a comedian and he's like been in a Star Wars show. I've never been told I'm funny, and nor will I ever be invited to be involved in anything related to Star Wars. So he's got
never say never.
Both ways. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Honestly, dude, there's some live comics like the opener for that one, the first opener for that one show we went to. That guy made me think like, yeah, you know what? I think I could do comedy. Like that guy really, that was a huge.
You could not hold it together for the first one. You thought it was so cringe.
I thought it was so bad. I was breaking.
Yeah.
Like I was taught.
It was I think the general vibe from everyone there was like, this is funny enough for it not to be cringe, but we're not like laughing that hard either. Like,
yeah,
sort of like and you just thought it was the cringest shit ever. Everyone's kind of quietly chuckling, and you're just like there with your fucking eyes in your arm, like, no,
like full on head on. I think there was one point where I was laughing so hard I was crying.
Yeah,
and not because it was funny, because
people kept looking at you. Like at a certain point, it was like, Alex, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I was a little more tipsy than everyone else, not that much more tipsy, but my cringe attenuation is just that much. I'm just on a different level, bro. Like honestly, my cringe detector is just so much more finely tuned than the average person that it was going off, and I just couldn't stop myself. So I'm sorry in retrospect.
Well, no one remembered, because once the Noah started laughing, his laugh you can hear it. Just through everything.
Can you do Noah's laugh?
Not his real laugh. I know. It's sort of like the ha thing, but like if it wasn't a meme, if it was a real laugh.
It's a real.
So interpret that as you will. Like he has his meme laugh and then his real one.
His actual laugh sounds like he's having a psychotic break.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to say it, Noah could be a fantastic joker.
He's too goofy. I don't think he.
That's what I'm saying. Like a Cesar Romero, like Adam West Batman style Joker, where he's just like a goofball who happens to murder people. Because the other thing about Noah is that he is fucking hard. And like, there's not too many people I know who I'm like, yeah, you have it in you to kill. But like Noah, 100p. Like,
kill the game.
He can kill the whole game, dude. Fuck the whole game up.
All right, so are we ranking this MGK album?
Are we actually? Yeah, let's go through. Can you just give your thoughts overall?
I'm impressed.
You're impressed. That's a strong fucking.
I'm tempted to say that the quality of I'm not sure that there's a song or two which like stick out as like these crazy bangers from the album that I'll just listen to on repeat. But I think that there's more quality songs in it than the last album. I don't think that there's many bad songs. And so as far as a follow-up goes, I'm about as happy as can be. And I have a feeling that like this genre of music, like I need to listen to the album like 5-ish times before I begin to get like obsessed with a song or two.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling once I do that, like maybe, and even fucking like 5150 is elite. Even the first two songs are really growing on me. Born with Horns and God Save Me. I think that this is gonna, as far as just musically speaking, not the experience. The experience will never be beat by the first one. Musically, this one might be better.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm still disgusted at myself that I even tolerate a fucking MGK pop punk album. I think that's bad enough as is. So I just have to embrace the meme of it being like cringe and dumb and oddly charming in its own way.
Yeah, who the fuck cares,
Dude?
Music. Why do we do the same shit with like TV? Like we don't.
I do.
To some extent, we do.
I'm so pretentious with the media I consume. I'm hyper selective. I don't watch anything unless it's extremely critically well regarded. And most of my music taste
literally
is
the gayest thing you've ever said.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. No, dude, but my music taste
how much
is
of that was a bit?
discerning. It's all of it. It's like 70% of it. No, I definitely like some dumb shit, but I am annoyed. So here's the genuine part. I am fine with liking dumb albums, and a lot of this is just because it's MGK, and part of me just wants to be like, this is so stupid. But
when we think like, were people our age like stupid for getting obsessed with like Nirvana or fucking Green Day?
No, but Nirvana is on a different level than
but
MGK.
dude, at some point in the future,
MGK is never going to be on the same level as Nirvana.
MGK is going to be remembered by us. I'm not saying
Nirvana's going to be remembered by us too.
No, are you kidding me? We're like borderline. Like 16-year-olds now don't know who Nirvana is. Like,
yes, they do. Everyone knows who Nirvana is. Yeah, everyone knows who.
Who the fuck's talking about Nirvana? I don't see fucker. Not that it'd really be possible for Nirvana to be coming out with new music, but I like a bunch of people who I follow on Instagram on my personal, like, so I'm following people I know, like people who never post anything about music are sharing on their Instagram story that MGK has a new album out, like girl after girl after girl, man.
Yeah, it's girls like him because he's hot.
Yeah, but this shit's gonna be cool.
And no, it's not gonna be cool. Stop coping. You're coping. You're coping so hard right now.
I was unaware until you and your brother started giving me shit that it was like actually uncool to like MGK. Like I thought everyone just did. I like
it in a cringe way. I like it in the same way that
why do we have to declare that it's cringe?
Because it is cringe.
How?
Because he has a line that's like, "I miss my dad, but R.I.P."
Cool to like hip hop. Like
it's not. No, it's not cool.
Yes, it is. Are you kidding me?
Pop Smoke is cool.
Yes, and you want to go start reading his lines?
Dude, his lines go hard. Here's the difference, right? Is that Pop Smoke lived the life. MGK did not
has lived a better life than Pop Smoke. Are you?
Yeah, dude, that's because Pop Smoke R.I.P. So first of all, put some respect on Pop Smoke's name. Second of all, Pop Smoke made Song of the Year 2021 posthumously, which is incredibly impressive.
Pop Smoke lyrics into Google, and the first song that comes up is, what is this? Genius? No, or is that the name of the site?
That's the name of the site.
Okay, wait, which song? It's one with Lil, how do you say his name? TJAY?
I don't
know. Lil J. Hold on, tell him, wait, baby. Ha ha ha, gert ba. These N is feds. I can't fuck with N. I can't fuck with N. Got a couple N that'll let it fly for a couple N. That a couple N is me. They love me. Bow. Cause Pop Smoke for the streets. I got that heat in my rocket. Say that wrong thing, I'ma pop it.
Okay, here's the difference though, is that when Pop Smoke said that, he meant every word. I have this.
The difference is that he's like, can you even do the voice? How do you even do that voice?
It's no one can
fucking do Batman.
He sounds.
Dale can't do that.
He is. Pop Smoke maybe has one of the coolest voices ever.
What if like Christian Bale's the only person whose voice can go that low? So when they make a movie about him,
played by Christian Bale.
I'm Pop Smoke.
Christian Bale is Pop Smoke.
I don't want to mispronounce it. Bashar Baraka Jackson. He's from the city. Of course he is.
Yeah.
One true The one true city.
The one true city.
Yeah, that's how you get fucking hard, man.
Yeah, bro, that's how you get fucking hard.
I don't think I just don't think it's that. I think that there's much more cringe music to like. Like I would feel way more self-conscious playing just like stuff you hear on pop radio in my car than MGK.
Okay.
Other people our age.
Can you just play out a hypothetical with me?
Yeah.
You're in a bar and you're talking to a girl and she's like, all right, like what are some of your like favorite albums? What do you answer?
My favorite albums.
Not that
I mean, it's such a hard question. So I need to separate like the difficulty that is me trying to think of what the answers are to that question versus what I'd actually
just top of your head. Just like what would you say? Both to like sound cool,
I
but
would
also
say
like
what I think everything's a calculation. And I'm not saying this is a bit. I would say what I think she wants me to say. So if she seems like a girl's in MGK, I would absolutely be like, I've been blaring the new MGK album. I absolutely would.
All right, well, let's play this out. So what if girl I know from whatever who we hung out with that one time, she asked you what are your favorite albums? What do you answer? I'm just trying to gauge how varied your responses are. Just like that vibe. Don't think too hard.
Yeah, no,
we're a bar scenario. You have less than 30 seconds.
I don't think I would be that nervous about saying that because I don't think it's that embarrassing. The only people who really will look at you and give you the like for saying like your favorite artist is Juice WRLD are young, mostly virgin music snobs on Twitter. And like those people in real life, like the people who are like, can name every Kanye song off the top of their head and have them all perfectly ranked and like think that Kanye is a musical god, will be the only people who will just like get mad at you. Like no girl is gonna be like, oh, like that's just be like, oh.
So what you're saying is this is part of the reason why I can't talk to people at bars, because my answer to this would be like American Football EP1, American Football EP2, American Football EP3.
I don't know what you're referencing there.
And Modern Baseball, Modern Vampires of the City. Those are my top 4 albums.
Yeah. So yeah, your problem is that you're being honest.
The problem is I'm too. You know what this is that someone whose name sounds like a really urban got in my head way too much freshman year of college, and I've been trying to compensate for it ever since.
Yeah,
like trying to convince myself
that's something you need to fix. Because a lot of the time when people ask that question, what they're looking for, they're not necessarily looking for you to have like. Who's really that impressed when you meet someone and they can just start ripping off artists you've never heard of?
That's a great.
When is that conversation fun? Oh, what kind of music do you listen to? And it's like lists like 6 bands that they're like all like 7-word long bands.
Like, yeah, I'm really into like post rock and
like
Midwest.
Rhino, the Purple Werewolves, and it's just like 7 people and it's like pop, alt, grunge, hip hop shit. Like. The only time talking about music is fun is when you bond with someone over shared music that you like. So what people want to hear when you ask that question is like new shit that lots of people are listening to, because then you'd be like, oh yeah, I've been listening to that too. Yeah, and I guarantee you a lot of the girls you're meeting at bars who are like 21 have been listening to the new MGK album. I can almost guarantee it.
You know what? You're probably right. God,
it doesn't have to be your favorite album ever. You can even say that if you're self-conscious. Be like, well, I'd have to think for a while to give you my favorite albums ever, but recently I've been blaring that new MGK album. That shit slaps. And you read the room. And if she's not impressed by that answer, then maybe you try and throw something out there that sounds a little more sophisticated. But at the end of the day, she's not going to stop talking to you because you just named an MGK album.
That's a good point. That's yeah. You're spitting facts, right?
I think if you're trying to impress dudes, then maybe don't say it. Or if you're trying to like not impress dudes, but just like come across as like intellectual or whatever.
Just like cool, part of the intellectual dark web that I obviously am.
Like that small talk of like, so what kind of music do you listen to? That's when I always be like, oh, I'm actually really, I have a get out of jail free card because I have a semi-interesting answer to that no one expects, which is like, I'm a nerd for film music. I'm like, oh, that's super fascinating.
Yeah.
Tell me. And they're like, that's really great, but that's so boring. I don't want to talk about that any longer. Let's new topic, please.
You just steer into something else like baseball statistics.
Yeah. No, you want to talk about, that's why I can't do this. We both struggle in different ways with this, which is like, I can't talk with people who like, I am as obsessed with baseball as it gets. I refuse to talk with 99% of baseball fans because they don't like live up to my level.
Yeah, because they're not on your level, dude.
Yeah, so I'm like, there's only a very small select few group of people who I'm willing to talk about this thing that is literally like 33% of my life.
Yeah. Honestly, bro, for me, that's using spreadsheets. Watching the average Watching the average person use a spreadsheet makes me want to put a gun in my mouth.
You know what makes me want to put a gun in my mouth? People who make spreadsheet tutorials on YouTube. Get a fucking life, man.
Dude, no, that shit slaps.
If you're making six figures because you're so good at spreadsheets and all your shit, what the fuck are you doing spending your time making YouTube videos?
Dude,
bro,
you want to give back to the community.
Go to the fucking club.
Go to the club. Giving back to the Excel community.
Yeah, dude, they're all in that rise and grind, like wake up at 3:30 a.m. and like pray for an hour and then take a cold shower and then fucking stick a cross up your dick and like go for a run. They're on some weird shit. And a lot of them are really Christian. The people who post like grind.
Is that true?
Like, dude, a lot of the people who post like how I prepped and got a perfect score on the PSAT, MCAT, and LSAT. Not that those make any sense going together, but you get the fucking point. Like those kind of people, a lot of them, they like read the Bible every morning for half an hour when they wake up at 4 a.m. and they go to bed at like midnight and they're like functional. So
what if faith really does just make you a better person?
I think it makes you a happier person. That I would believe. I'm not sure. I don't know about better.
Because I got a level with you, man. I've been in a real low point over this past couple of weeks, and I was thinking about getting into Jesus.
The gang gets into Jesus. We're gonna become a Jesus pod. We're gonna start every pod with a Bible reading.
Dude, let's do it. No, I won't do that, but I absolutely will buy a huge cross piece and start wearing it to. Honestly, dude, if I showed up to bars with like a cross piece and like a Celtics jersey, I'd probably
a cross piece, a Celtics jersey, and a backwards flat cap. You know, the like flat cap, the vibes, and then you got to wear what like black jeans and like some like Nike hoops. I don't know the fucking names. This is how lame I am, so I don't know the name of cool shoes. Some Jordans.
Yeah, I've been thinking about buying new shoes recently.
Too many shoes.
Yeah, you have too many shoes.
Got too many shoes.
How do you have too many? How many pairs of shoes do you own?
It's somewhere between 12 and 15, I think.
Okay, that's not too bad.
But that encompasses like everything, all my different kinds of shoes.
Well, yeah. I mean, how many pairs of shoes do you really need? Probably need about 10. Like I would say
10.
Yeah,
I would say you could get away with boots, tennis shoes.
Boots, tennis shoes.
Well, here's the thing now I think so. I there's a part of me that longs for the day where I didn't think about the fact that certain shoes don't match certain outfits. And, you know, the 16-year-old version of me that thought tennis shoes looked perfectly fine with every single.
No, you don't want to be that guy.
So, no, I don't want to be that guy, but life would be much simpler because then all you need sneakers, flip-flops, and boots or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of fine. Because your sneakers turn into your everything. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't even know what they're called, but like dress shoe, they're not, what the fuck do you call them?
Business casual. Your loafers. I don't know.
No, not loafers. What are the motherfuckers in Kingsman? They're like something, not something, with their shoes.
I don't know, dude. There's Oxfords, which are one kind. Yeah,
Oxford's not
because there's the ones with the holes and there's the ones without the holes.
Yeah, you need something for them because they work with all your. They work. The nice part about them is they work with fancy shit and business casual shit.
Yeah.
They kind of work, they kind of do the whole fucking job.
Is that an Oxford?
Yeah, but then you need
There's Oxfords and Brogues.
yeah, Oxford's not Brogues, but you got to be calling for
Wait,
it.
no, hold on.
Oxford's not Brogues.
No, the Brogue is the
Oxford
pattern of the Oxford.
Oxford's not, or maybe it's something not Oxford's. I don't remember.
Who knows? I should know this.
That franchise though hasn't. I feel like the prequel was supposed to come out like before COVID, and it's still not.
Yeah, I got delayed. No, it came out. I think
It what?
It came out. Yeah, it came out fairly recently. The King's Man.
It came out.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I haven't heard shit about it. Oh my god, it came out in 2021.
Wait, what?
What? Oh yeah, no, it's bad. Damn it!
Is it bad?
Damn it! The first one was so good. I mean, it does have Ralph Fiennes.
Isn't that actually pronounced like Rafe Fiennes? Am I crazy? I thought that was how you're supposed to say that.
Pretty sure it's Fiennes, but is the L silent?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what the.
It definitely is Fiennes, but I don't like. I think the common mispronunciation is people say like Fiennes or something. I'm pretty sure it's Ralph Fiennes. I'm more confident about the Fiennes than the Ralph.
Nope, it's Rafe Fiennes according to Google.
Rafe?
Mm-hmm. R-A-Y-F
is how it's pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So how does R-A-L-P-H turn into R-A-Y-F?
I don't know, dude. It's probably some fucking Welsh shit or something. I don't know what kind of what they're up to over there.
His real name is Rafe Nathaniel Twizzleton Wickham Fiennes.
Is that true?
I swear to God.
Twizzleton Wickham?
Rafe Nathaniel Twizzleton Wickham Fiennes.
Oh my God.
That's his whole name. Dude, English people are not
holy
real.
Shit. They are on some bullshit over there.
Shit I've ever heard.
Twizzleton Wickham.
Twizzleton Wickham Fiennes. It's a triple hyphen.
No.
Rafe, what are you doing, my man?
That's brutal. Poor guy. Twizzleton Wickham.
Dude, what if Harry just started chirping instead of calling him Voldemort? Just started referring to him as Twizzleton Wickham. That would have been a great Harry Potter name. Oh, Twizzy.
They should have, honestly, dude, if J.K. Rowling was a good writer, she would have made Voldemort's real name like something really stupid.
Well, her anagram or whatever of Tom Marvolo Riddle is a ridiculous middle name, and the best she could do is coming up with the middle name Marvolo to turn it into I am Lord Voldemort. Can you imagine if your 16-year-old like just complete nerd of a friend was like, I am like you just call him Tom, and he's like that dick who's really smart. He comes up to you one day. He's like, I am Lord Voldemort. He'd get no one would take him seriously.
Like, Tom, what the fuck are you talking about?
Tom,
like,
shut the fuck up.
Please, God, get laid.
Yeah. Do you think he was probably not an incel. He was probably what is it called? Volcel?
Yeah, he's definitely Volcel. Yeah. Big Volcel energy.
Because he was like a cutie. He was interesting.
He was an interesting cutie. He was an emo cutie.
Yeah.
Before it was cool.
Yeah. He gave off like he could have either gone like serial killer, but not serial killer, like serial manipulator route, where like he would just get off on his own ability to out intellectual everyone. So he would just emotionally manipulate women constantly. That was one route he could have gone, or he went the route he did, which was just be like, I'm too good for women in general. And
right.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say it. We could have saved him if we made him listen to Emo Girl once. Just we've been like, actually, bro, this is actually dope. I just want to date a girl with bipolar disorder and a nose piercing. That's all I want.
Yeah. The problem is, I think the closest character to an emo girl in that series is Luna. And good luck convincing the audience to date.
Yeah. Well, J.K. Rowling doesn't understand the drive to be an emo girl because she's
she did not write for any. Also, you know what's funny is that I watched a review, might have been Cosmonaut Variety Hour, I can't remember. I watch him the most, but I lose all the other ones I watch. But he was saying that that whoever it was made the video was saying he texted basically everyone he knows whose family or is Asian or whatever, and was like, "Is Cho a real name?" And they're all like, "No." Like it translates to like some like not real word.
Yeah.
It's just she just was like, "Let me think of an Asian name and let me
let me think of
research and just any of the real ones. Let me just throw together a sh sound and a vowel." And
yeah, dude. Most of the quote unquote ethnic names in Harry Potter are dangerously close to a fucking Come Down bit.
Yeah.
Like,
wait, what's her real name?
I think it's Just Kidding Rowling.
No, not fucking her. Her name is Cho Chang. Are you kidding? That's not allowed. Cho Chang. If you're gonna have a name like that shit better be fucking realistic.
Honestly, dude, I really feel for all the people. Wait, she's a cutie. Dude,
No.
if she had some winged eyeliner and nose piercing, I would be slain. It would be over.
Dude, she's Scottish. Damn. Gosh, she's 34 now. They're so fucking old, man. It's crazy. They're all grown up.
Dude, we need to get fucking what's his name? Wait a minute. Fucking Jesus. Dude, I completely forgot that Robert Pattinson was in the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah. He was Cedric Diggory.
And now he's Batman. We need to get
still, I can't believe I haven't seen Batman yet.
Dude, it's so, if I tell you that I like it better than The Dark Knight, will you watch it? Because I genuinely do.
I've heard it's from people whose opinions I care about. I've heard things. And even like, I think this is actually counts as additional praise, is that I've seen a fair amount of consistent bad reviews from people whose views I hope to see the opposite. Like I think they're wrong on everything.
Who are those people who like consistently have bad takes?
There's some weird thing on Twitter and on YouTube where like conservatives, like part of their politics shows are always movie reviews too. Like I feel like not as many liberal shows do that, but there's always a Daily Wire video of Ben reviewing the most recent. It's probably just to whine about wokeness or something. It's probably the underlying motivation. But yeah, Daily Wire people were all like Batman, and then like baseball people who I follow who are just like outside of baseball, they're like in my head, they're like 19-year-old like cringe fuckers. So I'm like, okay, whatever.
But they didn't like. I don't understand how anyone could, who's like even a casual fan of Batman, could be like, yeah, that movie sucks.
I think people, when they seem, there's a subset of the population that is fully satisfied, like is left the theater with absolutely no questions or concerns with like your most generic average Marvel film. Like that's all they need in life from a movie, and anything past that's too complicated for them.
But I think what I'm saying is I'm even more confused because I feel like this movie works on all levels. Like you can be that level of movie viewer and you can watch this and have like a fun superhero action movie, but it's also like a pseudo deconstruction of the character, and it's just like it looks really good, like it's well acted.
It looks good.
It's a gorgeous movie. But yeah, I just like,
I'm actually thrilled for it. I'm just I totally could afford it. My main way of blowing it off has been that I'm in this financially shit spot where don't have health insurance yet and have had to pay for a lot of medical stuff the past month out of pocket. And so it's just like, I'm not like going, I'll be fine. I'm just like stressed about my being fined is dependent upon the IRS getting back to me on time with my tax return. And so I'm like, it's like technically not a guarantee the way my paycheck is. So I'm kind of like, I'm not stressing about money because like worst case scenarios, I'll have to borrow some money from my mom and then pay her back whenever the IRS does give me my tax return.
Right.
But it's just one of those things that has made like fun spending. Like I had to be like, all right, I know I'm going out Friday. It's like,
yeah. No, I got you. Yeah,
I minimize my fun spending, even if it's just $10, because it'll just make me less stressed. And so in theory, I'll get both my whatever IRS and paycheck like this week. So then I'll be fucking rich. I can do whatever I want. Go see Batman 10 bajillion times. But the dude, you know what else was a good sign was the dude who posted the Twitter saying that Spider-Man changed his life forever and that he'd seen it like 10 times in theaters, said Batman was like pretty good. And I'm like, okay, that's probably exactly what I needed to hear from you.
Yeah. I don't know how Spider-Man, to be fair, I don't think this movie should, and I'm not saying like this is the next Citizen Kane. It's just, I would say it's a really
If it has
good
Batman
movie.
and it's above average, I will enjoy it. So
yeah, and it's a phenomenal Batman movie. Like they get the character.
Zoe Kravitz is crazy.
Yeah, she's super hot.
Oh, fucking hot. Yeah, God, it's fucked. Somehow they like underutilized her in. Well, no, that's just making every actress a sexual object or whatever the fuck. But like, she was like not. I feel like she wasn't. For how not annoying she is compared to the other main characters in Big Little Lies, I think she should have gotten more time. Because I didn't even, my takeaway from that show was never that I was like, oh my God, this is the hottest actress ever. She's like, okay, this is a pretty good actress. No, whatever. She wasn't the main character.
But she also happens to be really hot.
Yeah, but I wasn't like quite thinking that way. And then I saw her wear the Catwoman side. Maybe I have a fucking thing. Do I have a thing for girls in like superhero suits?
Dude, it's not really a superhero. It's just leather. She just looks like a dominatrix. Is what it is. Yeah.
So do I?
That's an expensive hobby to get into.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a new job for that.
Yeah, but it'll be worth it though.
You know what is a fun flex, and I've been able to wield this once, and it was on. Is when the one of the few bonuses about meeting mostly college kids at a bar is that like things that aren't really that big of a deal, like a $5 drink, like something really fucking cheap. It's like I can say like, no, I got it, and like don't worry about it. I have a source of income, and like I kind of mean it. I'm like whatever the fuck. Like I'm gonna spend some money here. Yeah. That is a fun flex on kids who don't work. Be like, I have money.
Yeah, it's honestly
studying.
I don't know if you feel like this, but I've started to feel almost like a socioeconomic divide between myself and some of my other friends, just given like what I'm doing and what they're doing. And this is like such a humble brag. I won't shy away from that. For what I do, I make a disgusting amount of money, and I don't pay rent, so it's like a double whammy. But it's just it's a weird conversation to have. But when you're out at bars and stuff, it feels good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but that's mostly when I'm talking to kids who are like at Northeastern or some shit. Like they're gonna be fucking.
Well, yeah, their parents have money.
They're gonna be fucking fine.
Yeah,
yeah. No, I get no joy out of telling. Like, it would not make me happy if I had to like share with a janitor at work how much money I make. That would not. Yeah. I feel good about myself because I'm better than you. Moment that would be I'm really embarrassed.
Yeah.
They know on some level, they know kind of how much fucking around I do.
Right.
Like they just see everything.
Right.
And so they're like, hey, he's making double and he doesn't have to work until 11 p.m. What
the fuck is this?
But they probably, I don't fucking know. Whatever. They do have the biggest benefit is that, them not being one of the few downsides about trying to take advantage of labor from immigrants is that they can always speak a secret language. They can go behind
it. Yeah, dude. I'm sure that's some fucking consolation.
Yeah. So it's fine. Stop complaining about your quality of life, about your pay, about your hours, about how you're treated like shit.
Because you have a secret code
you get to
language.
experience the thing that every little kid dreams of, which is having a secret hidden language that you could use in front of the bad guy and have it work. That's
True.
every little kid.
Real
Every little
dude.
kid would rather have that shit happen than fucking be able to fly, man. When that happens in movies, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, dude, that's it, man. That's how you know you
That
made it.
fucking is it.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. What the fuck are we talking?
We got to give a fucking number. Okay, first listen through. What's the number out of 10 on mainstream sellout?
I'm feeling a strong 6.
Wait. Oh, you already said 6?
Yeah. I said a strong 6.
I wanted to hear 6 plus. 6.
Yeah, 6 plus.
Sure, whatever. 6.5. What is Tickets to My Downfall? That's what I wanted to get first.
This is tough because I feel like I went into that expecting virtually nothing, and I was very pleasantly surprised. So I want to say a solid 7 on Tickets to My Downfall. So
and you're judging this and that 7 is just off of based off of all music, not like specific to the genre or anything, just as a general.
Yeah, it's just I'm not into pop punk enough to make a yeah, I think okay. Now that I look back on it, I'm kind of less sure. But the first half of Tickets to My Downfall is again, I'm going to preface this. It's dumb in a fun way, but everything through Forget Me Too goes hard. And then All I Know, it just completely falls apart.
Yeah.
That song is terrible.
Yeah. So this is making me feel more confident. I think this is a better album. I'm sticking with it.
The Kevin and Barracuda interlude is goated.
That one is goated. There's no interlude that comes anywhere close. So where Tickets to My Downfall kills this album is the interludes.
The interlude. But honestly, everything past Forget Me Too is
very forgettable.
Body Bag is okay, but it shares a name with a much better song. So loses points for that. Yeah, so basically we got like 5 really good tracks on an album with like a dozen tracks.
Yeah, this new one has 16. What are can we agree on? Let's make a collective list of which ones are just like if we had the power to remove, just the album would be better getting rid of them, like the bottom of the fucking barrel.
The bottom of the barrel. You go first on. Do we want to do that for mainstream sellout?
Yeah, I think there's the second one featuring Lil Wayne.
Yeah, A is rough. Luckily, it's also not that long.
Dior. It needs to.
No, that has to stay. That has to stay.
Oh God, it's
Ian Dior is goated.
Okay, I thought we were gonna.
Dude, the Noah
Die in California one.
I don't even remember Die in California.
Yeah, it's the one with Gunna and Young Thug.
Okay, yeah, that one can go. Twin Flame can go.
Wait, you want Twin Flame gone? No, it's so sad. Okay, it needs to be unanimous though in order to fully axe it. This is getting at my point.
Okay, fine.
I think it doesn't even have to be that specific, but my point was more just song. I bet we could both agree that roughly at the absolute lowest, a third of the songs from Tickets to My Downfall could get axed, and the album would be just as good, if not better.
Yeah,
I'd even be as high as 50%.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly,
it's probably not, but it's probably somewhere in that range.
All right. What can we safely axe from Tickets to My Downfall? All I Know can go.
Yeah, dude.
All I Know has to go. Lonely can stay, but just barely.
Yeah, Lonely can stay. World War III is fine.
World War III is fine. Kevin and Barracuda goated. Concert for Aliens.
Bye.
My ex is
my vote.
Yeah, I second that.
I
actually wait. Hold on.
Jawbreaker is the only one. Jawbreaker and World War III.
Jawbreaker, World War III.
All right, might be the only ones I'm keeping post.
God, that fucking Misery Business cover is horrific. That one's rough.
Which one?
The Misery Business cover.
Is that on this album?
Yeah, it's on the deluxe edition. It's pretty.
I'm
it's
looking at
bad.
the wrong thing. Anyways, point being is that there's 14 songs, and we at least agreed on like 5 or 6 there that could get.
Need to
and
go.
I think we could only both agree, probably if we took the time to do it, at most like 4 on Mainstream Sellout, and there's 16.
So yeah, I feel like my feelings on Mainstream Sellout just aren't as well established at this point. And I think part of the problem is I had such high expectations after Maybe, which is by far and away the best song on the album.
Yeah, well, you let yourself
by a country mile.
You let yourself get done did.
I did let myself get done did.
Happens every time with albums.
Yeah.
They do.
And I think I figured out why. I was like, this is like a Bring Me the Horizon song featuring Machine Gun Kelly and not the other way around. And listening back through it and adjusting. So I'm going to need you to go through and check me on this, but I feel like the song is produced differently than the rest of the album. It just sounds different. And I play with the EQ while I have shit up. And so most of this, I don't know if it's like the right way to listen to it through, but I listen to it on the hip hop pre-made setting, and Maybe sounds significantly better with the rock pre-made set. I don't know if I'm onto something here or if I'm just like crazy and stupid and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, I want to. Oh shit! I just hit my microphone. Hopefully that didn't sound terrible. Why can't I see on Spotify like song credits? What the fuck? I don't know. It is produced by Travis. I was wondering if there were other people involved. I mean, it could just be Butterfly. So I think, to me, just taking a few quick second listens there, sounds like the percussion is definitely Travis Barker. It could be as simple as just they recorded it in Bring Me the Horizon studio, so they're using their guitars and amps and stuff.
Maybe
it could just be that simple. Or it could just be maybe the producer. It's very possible, like the engineer who does Travis and what's Machine Gun Kelly's name? What the fuck? I should know his name. Coulson. Travis and
Coulson Baker.
Yeah, Travis and Coulson. Could just be that the engineer who does their music did, like the guy who traditionally has done the other person's. I don't know. There's some stuff going on, particularly with the like lead guitar, which sounds way more like, I don't know, like 90s, 2000s lead guitar than a lot of.
So I'm not completely crazy.
Yeah, no, it sounds slightly different. I mean, I'd have to listen to what you're listening to in order to really gauge what I'm hearing, but I don't know. It does sound a little bit different.
Yeah. Okay. So, or I'm just wrong. Like I don't know.
No, I don't think you are. I think because they definitely, when they collab, they were like, we want this one to sound sort of like it's
going to be built different, bro.
It's got to sound like both of you. And what are your guys' signature shits? And we're going to throw in both of them.
Here's
because it has a little bit of just real quick. It's obviously not like as intense, but that guitar reminds me of like Linkin Park. Like there's like sort of like that era of music, which hasn't Bring Me Horizon been around that long?
Yeah, they have. They're from that era, so that's why. Yeah,
I think that's what I was trying to go for. Is it definitely when did Linkin Park blow up? Early 2000s, mid 2000s?
Yeah, I think early to mid aughts.
Do you remember
even through the late aughts?
I know you were about to say something. There was some band that was like similar to Green Day, but they're just terrible. Doesn't matter.
Smash Mouth.
No, not that much of a meme. Anyways, what are you going to say? I interrupted you.
I was going to say, I don't want to call it too early, but I'm pretty sure Freaky Deaky by Doja Cat featuring Tyga, Song of the Year 2022. Give it a listen right now.
Stuff. Freaky No way.
We can cut.
That is the quality of what I'd expect. Like, I think that I Just Had Sex by Lonely Island is produced better than that.
No, dude, you gotta. I won't make you. What about? Okay, so what about that from your in your professional opinion? What about that is?
It just, I don't know exactly how to describe it musically, or actually, no, I'm going to get real pretentious here for a second.
No, do it.
Exactly how to describe it in normie terms, but it sounds like what would happen if you told someone who's really good at rapping to do the whole production of the song. like they just sort of know computers and they know what like rapping is, but they'd never opened a DAW before. And then you're like, okay, produce. And then they sort of know what should happen. And so they throw on the auto tune like 100%. They know there should be an EQ there for some reason, but they're just like boosting with it when you should only be cutting, like shit like that. It just sounds like it sounds like every demo that's sent to someone who does like production, like you know, grade my productions, like people who've been producing for a long time in the industry. They'll sometimes pay. You can pay them whatever on a live stream to review your music. And it sounds like the person who's there's just a very distinct sound to someone who's only been producing music for about a year. Like it sounds, it's not wrong, but what's so wrong about it is that technically it's like musically it's right, but the sound choice is just, it's so abysmal and the mixing is so abysmal that it's.
Can you get more specific as to like with the mixing, what's going on? I'm probably not going to know, but I might know. I want to know.
They have no concept of dynamics, so they're not using any compression. Probably if they're using sidechain compression, they're using it wrong. And then their ears just haven't gone through the training to do any EQ. And then they also have no concept of like mid-side relationships and things like that, and like how you make sounds full. So they just start layering together a bunch of sounds which are never going to work together. That's the gist of it.
In layman's terms, the first time I listened to it, I was like, this kind of sounds like it was made underwater a little bit, is like the only way I can put it.
Yeah. There's a here, wait, I'm gonna pause it. If I can find this video on YouTube real quick, this is gonna explain everything I just said, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I get it. But let me see if I can find this.
Dude, some of these Tyga verses, I don't know if people like actually like Tyga, or if we've just like collectively agreed that like we tolerate him as a culture.
When you come from Splice, you have all the perfect sounds, you have all the perfect plugins. People don't have to do the grunt.
In today's video.
What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about EDM. Welcome to the EDM podcast.
With the song, so it seems like your song is actually good.
Shit.
Oh wait, yeah, I think this is it. This will work. Wait, how do I share a video at a certain time code?
I think you right-click the video and click.
Oh wait, you can hear shit when I play it, can't you?
Yeah, but it kind of sounds a little shitty.
Okay, yeah, let me just send it to you. Copy video URL at current time. Yes. Okay, so you should be at.
It's actually good.
Okay, it should be at 121.
Okay. Send me that link. Hit my fucking line. All right, let's go.
Listen to the noob final result of the 3 levels of producing progressive house.
Noob final result. Okay.
It's a smash hit.
Can you hear it? It's like,
yeah,
it's not wrong, but it's far from.
It's just like there's the only way I can put it is it just sounds like there's too much going on, and it's like if you emphasize everything, you emphasize nothing.
Yeah, and it sort of gives it. It's a different, but that's part of what gives it that underwater thing where it's like there's too much going on, and it's like just muffled. And so by adding too much loudness all over your mix, yeah, like you leave no room for certain parts that you want to cut through. I don't know if that makes any fucking sense. But anyways, you started me. God damn you.
No, dude, this is good. I enjoy this. I have an ethical question for you about this, because in college we both mutually knew a lot of, shall we say, aspiring artists, who both had this idea of like they're both going to like rap and produce their own shit, and they'd like show you their stuff. How do you politely tell someone like, dude, this sounds like ass? Like, do you have a way of diplomatically talking people down, or do you just got to say like, yeah, bro? Because I always just went like, yeah, dude, this is cool, I guess.
I think so. A lot of I don't want to speak for them because I sort of my strategy was to try and avoid it as much as I can. And it's not to say that I'm anywhere close to turning my music into something that I do professionally. I mean, I want to, and I'm starting to upload more consistently to my YouTube channel and shit. Like I have dreams of getting there, but I'm also not sold on the fact that like I know I'm going to get there in 5 years no matter what, and like not have a backup plan. To
be fair, you were also way closer than most of these people.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm saying that to give the context of just like I've also been doing this in a much more serious manner for 15 years, and my skill set is just on a place that some of these people who we're referencing aren't even gonna fucking listen, man.
None of them are gonna listen. Like you can say whatever. Yeah, I don't care.
It's like it's not even specific. I mean, I'm even more generally talking about people who just like opened up a DAW for the first time a year ago and they want to talk about it because it's super exciting. It's this exact thing that I'm gonna forget it, but it's the exact thing that Nick referenced, where you start to learn and then you learn a lot of things really fast and you will feel on top of the world. And then at a certain point, where most people, as is the case with anything, where they either give up or just stop trying to learn new things to keep convincing themselves they're at the top, is like that point right before you fall and realize you actually know nothing. So a lot of people stop there for one reason or another and think,
yeah, I'm good.
They think they make good music, or they think they make good anything. You know, you could stop after you learn your times tables and say, you know what? I have got math.
I understand.
I get it, man. Like you want to talk about some multiplying, man. Like you know that
I'm your guy.
Where you like you move one finger down. Well, I do. Like it. You feel like, and then you're like, I'm going to try and talk with Einstein, and Einstein's like, why am I like? Why would I waste my you wasting a minute of my time is literally a net negative to the galaxy of the things I could be doing with my brain. Instead, this little motherfucker is trying to talk to me about math and then wants to ask me what 9 times 7 is and how fast I can do it in my head. Like that's taking it to the utmost extreme, but that's what it is. Yeah. Talking with these people is they think they're not anyone specific, and this is an exaggeration for comedy, but like they think that they're fucking on Einstein's level and want to talk to people on that level when they're not. And so the only way to, like, eventually they're either going to realize that and do something about it, or they're not. And it has to come from within, because telling someone that shit sucks is like,
it's just not going to land.
It's not that it's one of two things. It's either someone who knows that it's not as good, but they're excited about the fact, like there are people who know that they're not as, like I've known, and still to this day, like I couldn't just pump out a song in a week and make it sound, radio ready with the level of consistency that some of the audio engineers and producers in LA could. Like they could do it no matter what.
Yeah.
They could pop out something that would 100% fit on the radio. And I could get much closer than a lot of people, but I'm not positive about that or whatever.
Sure.
But shit, I forgot where the fuck I was going. Anyways, I started rambling so fucking much, I lost my train of thought. I don't know. It had to do with, I guess that I forgot I was answering your question. The answer to the question, which I took 10 minutes to basically spell out what could have been a minute long, was just like, ignore them. I think pretend to
all right.
Be like, yeah.
There we go, everyone.
Because they've got to realize it on their own. And it's a shitty feeling. But when you start to get it, when you start to get things after going through that, and then you start to feel like you're making momentum again, like you really are making momentum. And I'm like, the quality of what I'm doing is just, even like the past few years, I know that it's up a massive notch. And that's because I've hit that first peak and then went all the way down to the feeling like I'm worse than I was at the beginning to now feeling pretty fucking confident in my musical skills.
You've Dunning-Krugered. You're skiing the slope.
Yeah, man, I'm fucking killing the game.
Killing the whole game. So when are you playing the Grand?
I don't really do EDM. That's like the one thing like I don't really do more. But I started on a cover of the reason I was looking at the lyrics for what's the second song on the album? Wake Up God. Let me find this shit real quick.
Wake up, God.
It's not called that. It's called God Save Me.
Wake up, God. It's me, Colson.
I started working on a cover of it last night, and I'm like, damn, like I did this in one night, and it's like this already sounds better than any. Like when I went through when Tickets to My Downfall came out, I went through a phase of trying to make music like that for like 3 months, and just none of it could get close. And what I did last night in 1 2-hour session was already way fucking better. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. Now I just got to deal with the cringe of being like, hey, subscribe and like to my YouTube channel, please.
Oh God, self-promotion.
Yeah, God, it makes me want to fucking shoot myself. But it's like, everyone's like, the only way they're going to subscribe is if you remind them to. People are too ADD. So you got to tell them to do it. Oh, fuck me. If this is what it takes to make it, I don't want to be famous, bro.
Guys, like, subscribe, send us money on Patreon. We forgot to do our ad reads at the beginning, by the way.
Yeah, get Roman ready. Be there for hers with your hymns. And
this podcast is sponsored by Ignite. Ignite your life and move up to the next level of alpha male mentality with new strains from the whole line of CBD. Ignite your life.
Mm-hmm.
Did that brand fail, by the way?
We need to come out with probably. We need to come out with an energy drink. We need to come out with or not even like, I don't know. We just come out with like, what we should do is we should come out with an over-the-counter thing, but just market it as like, this is the exact same thing as Adderall.
Is that legal? That seems illegal.
Well, we could just imply it in legal ways. We need to know someone who's like a fucking kills it in legal lawyer town.
In legalese. Yeah.
We could hire the Legal Eagle on YouTube.
Yeah, hire legal
videos ever pop up in your recommendation.
Yeah, dude. Legal Eagle is dope. Yeah.
Yeah. So we could hit up Legal Eagle and be like, hey, you're gonna be my lawyer. We're gonna say whatever the fuck we want. And you're gonna have to deal with it.
Dude, he's probably not a cheap date though.
Well, yeah, but we're making all the money.
Oh, true. From our Patreon.
Lots of drugs. And we're just implying that we're just using buzzwords that are associated, like instead of it's just a caffeine pill, but we're talking about, like, we're using buzzwords that people would use to like talk about their feelings when they're on ADHD meds and they're not ADHD. So we're not going for another energy. This now with vitamin B39 and B47. No,
we just imply it's Adderall.
We just imply. Do you need to study all night long? Do you have social anxiety and need more energy to keep up with conversation? Take our, like, I don't know, fucking know. Caterol.
we gotta work on the name and get as close as we legally can. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the fucking game plan. And then we'll get there.
About to kill a whole game.
All right. Did I ever give my review? I don't think
you never did.
I don't think I ever give numbers. This is the most discombobulated shit. And I told myself I was going to edit tonight, but now that I know I have to cut a few things, I'm sorry.
Not going to happen. That's fine. I'm not in a rush.
Yeah. Sorry, listeners.
Sorry, Nick.
Nah, fuck you, Nick. Sorry to Ben, our first patron. Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Ben. Wait, what?
Yeah, Ben messaged me on Patreon the other day.
Dude, goated. Huge if true.
He patroned our Patreon.
Is that actually true? You're fucking
by Ben, I do not mean the Ben that you know. This
Oh.
is Ben. We have a listener, bro. We have
a single listener.
We have a stalker, man. We have an anonymous stalker named Ben.
Ben, this is for you. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why you stuck with it, but thank you, sir.
I don't know. I mean, he's either that or he's lying. He took the time to sub to our Patreon, which is, by the way, minimum. Our time is not to be wasted here. We only deal with fellow intellectuals, so there's a minimum monthly payment of $100. That is the lowest tier option.
Huge
$100. Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, man.
Just so he could message us and tell us he's a stalker. Very cool, Ben.
Cool.
But
awesome. Love that.
No, dump it over. But I do love when, or I don't know if I love, but when I went through my angsty, what's it called? New atheist phase. I watched this YouTuber called Atheism is Unstoppable, who's the most which is just, and he's like in his 40s making videos yelling about shanking and coming to Sam Harris, and has quotes of there is not a single thing intellectually or day to day on which.
Why does he have a furry avatar? Why is he a kangaroo?
Kangaroo. No, there's a story for the kangaroo. People kept trying to box him so bad that he had to get more anonymous.
He had to become a kangaroo. He had to become a furry.
He became hated, dude, because he was basically just like an anti-SJW new atheist YouTuber. Mm-hmm. But he also hated leftists, just hated them. And which sort of makes sense. But he also hated, I shouldn't have said the but there. The but should have come for this. He also hated anyone who voted Republican. He wasn't he was just about as much of a Hillary shill as you could be, whilst being a new atheist Sam Harris, dick rider and whatever. This dude was fucking crazy, but he would always bully his patrons. He'd just be like, you fucking stalkers. And whatever, 18-year-old me, I was like, this dude's so cool. He's making fun of people who give him money. Funny.
Goated.
Comedy, bro. Meanwhile, he's 44, he was living in Germany, didn't speak any German, and his income came from making YouTube videos. What a weird, I don't know.
What a guy. So basically, what you're saying here is that he's kind of like the original Destiny. He's hated by everyone.
Damn. Dude, what if we get Destiny to come on the board?
Dude, honestly, we can probably start Twitter beef with Destiny. That could be our fast track to success.
Yeah. I gotta stop using my personal Twitter and just log on to the base cucks one and just start using it like it's my personal Twitter.
Just flinging shit at people.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
And I can be even more, because I'm not even anonymous on mine, so I hold back a fair amount. Just because I don't want someone looking me up, which I'm sure someone has done who I know. I don't know.
Weird vibes.
Yeah. It's just some people just every time they meet you, they look you up. But my two friends from the grocery store I worked before, told me the day after I met them, they're like, so I saw you posted this on Instagram and this on Facebook and this on your Twitter. And so this is what you think about this, right? And jokes. And they I'm like, Jesus, chill.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Wait a minute. Time out. But for them, it's just I don't know. I guess that's how townies from Vermont, you meet a new person once every 6 months. So you have the time to.
That's a good point. To learn everything about them.
Stop the shit out of them. Yeah. But anyways, I think it's time. Which is fake and dumb, and of course, it's not time for bed. But you get the point.
Yeah, I gotta go to sleep. I'm about to head out.
All right, later.
See ya. Oh, hold on, I gotta find the leave button.